Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Brembo to buy Ohlins for $405 million, which is quite a pretty penny. And if you're a gearhead, you've probably heard of Brembo since they've been making pretty much some of the best brakes since the wagon. Well, they're not that old, but you get my point. Now, this comes to us thanks to Beverly over at thedrive.com, where they say, quote, Brembo has purchased Ohlins for $405 million. If approved, the deal would be Brembo's largest acquisition to date. There you can see a nice little motorcycle right there with a Brembo brakes along with the Ohlins logo, which, I'm a little biased, but I think the Brembo logo looks a little bit better. Now, they say specifically, quote, Brembo signed an agreement to buy Ohlins, considering it two worlds colliding, but in the best way possible. Renowned for performance brakes and components, Italian-based Brembo has negotiated the purchase of Swedish-based Ohlins Racing, a leader in performance suspension systems, from Tenco. Tenco itself is managed by Apollo Global Management, which, yeah, if you ever heard of like a venture capital group, they're a very common name. They include sports balls teams, or for a while they actually owned part of the Texas Rangers, I believe, as well as the renowned place of pizza, as well as rats, Chuck E. Cheese, or CEE Entertainment, which is also their legal name. So that's not too surprising. They also own this as well, or at one point. I say Brembo will make a cash payment of 370 million euros, which their monopoly, I don't know what that monopoly money is. Well, no, I do in our monopoly money. That is 405 million American dollars. Brembo CEO Matteo says, quote, Ohlins is a strong fit for Brembo. It is a world-renowned brand with a solid business and unrivaled reputation, both on track and on the road. He also continues saying, again, this is the Ohlins CEO saying, quote, as we join forces with Brembo, we are excited to unlock new growth opportunities and leverage our respective strengths and assets to drive innovation and deliver even greater value to our customers and employees. Well, let's see here. Now, the only caveat to this is, like a lot of these larger deals, once you get to a certain point in business, as well as market share, start to get a little bit more government scrutiny. Now, in this case, they say, quote, the deal still has to go through regulatory approvals. Already, Brembo says it should close in early 2025. Up to this point, motorcycle components made up approximately 13% of Brembo's total revenues. If the acquisition is any indication anything possible in the results, also be a big hit with motorcycle space as well with this additional partnership, which, in terms of buying a complementary business to actually, expand your sales and your footprint when you're working with manufacturers, this would be a pretty big one. Again, Brembo, they're like the best known OEM brake company, bar none. If you buy like a really high performance sports cars, more often than not, they'll have the Brembo brakes on there, even when they're, not always branded with their logo on it. So to actually buy a suspension company that's of the same tier, seems like a pretty good idea, especially once you consolidate. Now, I'm not sure if they'll consolidate operations or sales representatives or support, but again, let's say there's a lot of cross-selling that could be definitely an upgrade, especially let's say Brembo is already doing a deal with Cadillac to have new gigantic calibers the size of your foot on it, which pretty darn good stopping power. But for already in the conversation, or more accurately, motorcycle company, well, if you already have this conversation with one company, pretty easy to bring in their partner, the new part of the team, which when I worked at Corporate America, Hewlett Packard Enterprise used to do a lot since, again, they had kind of separate divisions for servers, storage, and networking. So if you already have a conversation with one area of the data center, pretty easy to say, hey, got my networking coworker here. Why not talk to them and see, how much better it could be than your Cisco in this case? And sometimes it worked. So I suspect that'll be pretty good for these two manufacturers. We'll see how Europe is in terms of, striking it down for antitrust or anything in that regard. But, it seems like a pretty good business move to, superb quality parts companies. But let me know, and out of curiosity, a lot of my motorcycle friends have heard of the suspension company, but, not a lot of my gearheads or petrol heads have. But let me know in the comments, have you heard of them before? Do you think it'll be a successful acquisition? Let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.